what did you smoke or drink that made you decide to do a PhD?
I probably smoke Nigerian Disrespect, and just out of personal drive to be better. To
Maybe if you had changed, if you have quit the PhD and changed your career to being an artist, maybe you would have even blew.
yeah, maybe I should have had you as a life coach. Maybe.
With all the 5 years that
Uh-huh.
you said you used for your PhD, is it okay to say that you wasted your time since you are not applying what you studied?
I am applying what I studied. I wouldn't say I wasted my time. I'm currently a senior GPU engineer at Qualcomm, and I can't talk about what I do at Qualcomm, but it's compilers as well. So I wouldn't say I wasted my time.
I see a lot of tacos in your research paper. How did you get your degree studying tacos? Because I eat tacos almost every day and I don't have a PhD.
Yeah, there is a lot of taco in the paper. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, but taco is a research work done by Stanford University researcher Frederick Colsard and Saman Amarasinghe. Um,
Hi, welcome to the first episode of the show where we ask researchers about the journey to their ideas and work. I'm your host, Pelumi. On this show, I bring researchers who have done great works in their field. If there's an interesting researcher with an amazing work that you know and you would like me to bring them on this show, put it in the comment section below. You can also put questions you have in mind that you would like me to ask researchers in the comment section. All right, so today I have a nice guest with me, the first guest on this show, and is a researcher with superb work in the field of optimizing compilers for programming languages. Welcome with me, Dr. Tobi Popoola.
yeah, thanks for having me, Pelumi. I do appreciate it. It's always a pleasure to be around.
Thank you for coming,
Yeah,
and you're welcome to the show.
yeah, thank you.
My first question. So, what did you smoke or drink that made you decide to do a PhD?
I would say I probably just got tired of being. So I was before I decided to do a PhD. I was in uh, the tech industry space in Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria, and I was solely focused on trying to push my personal product. And I remember Nigeria, they love seniority a lot. So it's like whenever you have something you're pushing, and you have to work with someone that is older, they're just usually like, oh, you're just like my younger brother. So they don't really respect people. What they really respect is you having some level of degree or something higher than what they have. So I remember this one time that I had something to do with a company, and I remember getting told that like you can't like be on the same table with us because you're just like our younger brother. I'm like, I do deserve more respect than that. So I kind of just focused more on getting a better me in terms of like getting more educated, understanding more. And I also realized that there is also gap in knowledge in terms of what I know and what I wanted to know. So I think I probably smoke Nigerian Disrespect, and just out of personal drive to be better, to led me up to. And the funny thing is, my dad has a PhD as well. So there's that. There was that. My dad is a professor, so there was that support system.
So your dad gave you the smoke.
Yeah, there's a bunch of things. So it's all a bunch of things. Yeah, my dad does have a PhD a long time ago in plant pathology. So yeah, so I smoked from everywhere, and yeah, and I went for it.
Okay. Next question. So, during wait, how many years did you used to do a PhD again?
I joined in 2018, finished in 2020, 2023, so 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
So during that 5 years of a PhD, how many times did you cry?
I mean, it was frustrating. But Nigerian mentality now, man, no, they cry. That's Nigerian mentality, But it was frustrating. Yes. I went through a lot. Trying to get something done and it's not working, or yeah, I would say I was very frustrated a number of times. Yeah. Did I cry? Probably not, but I definitely shed like some serious stress tears for sure.
You can just tell people that you cry every day instead of trying to do masculine guy.
Yeah.
So you cried.
Yeah. Let's say I cried.
So how did you deal with the times when you felt down or when it was frustrating? How did you deal with it? Like you
Yeah.
didn't think that you should quit this program and go back to Lagos.
Ah, quitting wasn't an option. I did. It's definitely something that you think of, but you know that you wait till they go follow you talk for Nigeria. Say
Nobody said it's not an option.
no. How do you want to? How do you tell people? that
You tell people that that you're tired, that you quit is frustrating.
Yeah, no. That wasn't. I mean, it is an option, but it wasn't my option. So we just had to like power through it. So yeah. So one thing I always did when I was like in my program was to make music or do something fun, play soccer. So that just takes me out of the crazy space that this hasn't worked yet, and then I can like get to do other things and then come back to it. So yeah, soccer and Nigeria would say football. It's football, but soccer and making music.
Why didn't you just change your career then to be an artist? Maybe if you have quit the PhD and changed your career to being an artist, maybe you would have even blow.
Yeah, maybe I should have had you as a life coach. maybe I would have changed my career, but nah. I would just rather be a doctor than you know than an artist. So yeah.
Moving on. Don't worry. This question I want to ask. We would not let your supervisor see this part.
Okay.
So if we are going to tell YouTube that whenever they are playing this part for your supervisor, they should just skip this part only for your supervisor.
Okay.
So the question is, did you ever felt like punching your supervisor in the face or anywhere during your program?
Metaphorically speaking, I mean, a few times I did get frustrated. I remember one time that we're supposed to present like some kind of research project somewhere, and we had multiple. The professor had to choose between multiple options in terms of proposals for that research. So I submitted my proposal to her, and other people in the lab submitted their
Your
proposal.
supervisor is a female.
Yeah, a female. So that's why I'm like metaphorically, yeah. so, so she decided um on someone else's proposal, and I felt mine was good enough, but she said she felt like we didn't have enough time to have it ready, so we have to just go with someone else. And I was frustrated at that time, but you know, just gotta pick yourself up and uh just focus on doing other things. But yeah, being sidelined for someone else's research work was pretty frustrating.
I think I know why she picked the other,
Why?
because she wasn't looking for an artist. She was looking for a researcher. So you see why you should have quit. You should have quit that PhD since
Yeah,
instead of proceeding. That's why she did not pick you.
that's a good word. Yeah, I guess so. I guess we'll never know.
Next question.
Okay.
So your research area is around compilers, right?
Yeah.
And the title of your paper is Code Synthesis for Sparse Tensor Format Conversion and Optimization.
Yeah.
So how many people's paper did you compile or synthesize to steal your idea from?
Bombastic side-eye, criminal offensive side-eye.
We all know that that's what you PhD people do use.
No, actually, the idea was novel. Don't listen to it. It was a novel idea, but definitely, there's always you build off of other people's work, and
So you steal from other people's work.
not necessarily, but yeah, obviously, there's a bunch of work that forms the basis of our work, and then there's also like work from uh, Frederick Colsard from Stanford University. He had um, this framework called TACO, Tensor Algebra Compiler, and that work was a very strong reference that we had in our research work. So yeah, but not necessarily compiled to steal research work. You know what I mean?
If you are saying that you guys did not steal this work and you guys were smart enough, can you tell us the journey to how you guys came up with this idea?
Yeah, first off, before you start like trying to do anything, you need to have a well-suited framework to use. And we did a lot of uh, both software engineering and research. We published like at least a paper or two before this code synthesis paper, which formed the basis of intermediate representation that best expresses um, the mathematical components that enables this work. So the intermediate representation was called the sparse polyhedral framework, and we released a paper on that like about a year or two before this. So that formed the foundation. So we started from there. So the whole idea is like, okay, we want to do this thing, but what is it gonna sit on? Like, what is it gonna work with? Like, you can't just build a house without a foundation. Like, let's set up the foundation first. So the foundation was to come up with this infrastructure that can manipulate mathematical expressions, and be able to use that mathematical expressions to generate code for target whatever language you're targeting, but in this case C. So we built that framework, and that formed the foundation of the code synthesis paper. Yeah. So we did that for a while. We had that published, and then we started work on the code synthesis paper, which used that framework for to be able to achieve what we did.
Can you tell us the journey of the parts in your PhD research life where some things that you tried didn't work?
Yeah, I remember the code synthesis work. The first time we did, we generated the first. So I know a lot of us know about the language models now that can generate code. This is a bit different because in the language models, we don't have any way of verifying that our code works, right? So you can't put that in a critical system to generate code to do whatever in a critical system. But in this framework, in this code transformation framework, we have verifiable methods to verify that whatever is being generated is accurate and is valid. We use solvers to be able to do things like this. So it's a bit different from, we can generate code now by describing what we want to generate on ChatGPT and the rest. It's a bit different. Like in critical systems, you want to make sure it's verifiable before you actually, use them. So, so one of the process that we went through at that time was the first code that was generated wasn't optimized at all, because even if you have an intermediate representation to generate something for some optimized code, it might not necessarily be that good. I remember I had a master student working with me at that time, and I asked him to run some tests to see how well the code generation worked, and it took so long that when we did a linear projection of how long it would take, it was going to take at least 1,000 years to complete. And the paper was due like in about a month. what are we gonna do? It was crazy, yeah, and it was so bad, and I just had to like sit down and apply a lot of information that I've learned over the years, like because there's a way you can lay out memory that will speed up things. So I applied some of those transformations, and so it's like I generate the code and then I apply a series of transformations, and that brought it down to like I think we started dealing with seconds or milliseconds after that level of so it went for like 1,000 years to like milliseconds that fast, because you have to apply more knowledge to what you're trying to do. But that was scary when we saw that data at that time. So yeah.
So, with all the 5 years that you said you used for your PhD, is it okay to say that you wasted your time since you are not applying what you studied?
I am applying what I studied, and I wouldn't say I wasted my time. I'm currently a senior GPU engineer at Qualcomm, and I can't talk about what I do at Qualcomm, but it's compilers as well. So I wouldn't say I wasted my time.
So you are sure you don't waste your time?
I'm sure I didn't waste my time. Yeah.
That brings me to my next question. So, your parents must be so disappointed in you
Okay.
because I'm sure that your parents wanted you to become a lawyer, a doctor, an accountant, or a mechanical engineer. You have a Nigerian parent, so
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they're disappointed because I do have an engineering degree. Yeah, I don't think they're disappointed.
but you are not
A mechanical engineer.
you are not a mechanical engineer, you are not an electrical engineer, you are not a lawyer, you are not a doctor. Like, when are you planning to make your parents proud?
Yeah, I don't know. You might want to ask them, but yeah.
So you don't have plans to make your parents proud?
I make my parents proud, and I don't know what you're talking about. Oh man.
So you are sure that your parents feel proud about you right now?
Yeah, I'm very certain.
So they don't call you sometimes and be like, when are you going to start your degree in law or to be a doctor or to be an accountant?
No, no, they don't.
Okay. So in your PhD thesis, the authors were you and 5 other people. How many times did you have to beg or bribe other authors to make you the first author of the paper?
Like I had to give the second author like $20,000, and then I gave the third author like $40,000, like that. So I like par second author 20, third 30. Oh my God! Like that.
I just knew it because right from when I mentioned that you stole the idea, it was very clear. So
Yeah.
so you paid them.
In all seriousness, I didn't pay them anything. I didn't pay anybody anything. Yeah. So I don't have like the board of Boise State directors watch this video and be like, wow, we need to call this guy back for another defense.
So how did you become the first author?
Because it was my research thesis. You have to work on your thesis. It's not like Nigeria where you can. Okay. I'm not gonna say that about Nigeria, but I know a lot of people, they give their thesis to someone else and they work on it. Like, it's different. You have to work on it yourself.
So what you're saying is you worked on your research yourself. You didn't pay anybody to help you work on it. You didn't pay someone in Nigeria to help you work on it.
Nigeria. Yeah. No.
Next question. I see a lot of tacos in your research paper. How did you get your degree studying tacos? Because I eat tacos almost every day, and I don't have a PhD?
Yeah, there is a lot of taco in the paper. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, but taco is a research work done by Stanford University researcher. He was in MIT at that time. Frederick Colsard and Saman Amarasinghe. Um, they're Saman Amarasinghe is still in MIT, but Frederick now is now in Stanford University, and they call their research work tensor algebra compiler, and that's how they got the taco from, and it was more like a background work for our work, so we always mention it. Our work's nickname is called Chili.
So, so you guys are mixing tacos and chili to get a PhD.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like there's another research work that was also called tiramisu. It looks like they always try to. We always. I wanted to say they because I'm part of the research like world. In compilers, we always try to link things up to like actual food because tiramisu is a multi-layered cake, right? And there's this research work on tiramisu was just a multi-layered framework stack for optimization where they separate each they distinctively just separate things such that you can independently work on different layers and have a better composed optimization. So, but they call that tiramisu. So there's a bunch of work like that just named after food, and yeah, I think it's more relatable.
So if you want to get a PhD, it's better you just go and study food.
Something like that, yes.
Okay. All right. So to wrap up today's episode, which is our first episode, what advice do you have for others trying to do research in tacos like you?
Yeah. Compiler research is very interesting because we are in the age of AI. We're in the age of different kind of chips coming out, like not chips.
Chips. Just be eating food, study food, and you get a PhD.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's something that could be it has a very steep learning curve. So it's gonna be a struggle at first because it's a lot of like almost all the data structures and algorithm and all the NP-hard, NP-complete problem classification that we have in computer science and and engineering is inside of the compilers, like going from parsing to lexing to optimizations to approximations of optimizations. It's a long stack of things that could be done in there. So I think when you start, it's going to be very, very, very crazy and difficult, but you just have to like put your mind into it and just put your heads down. There's a lot of opportunities in that section of computer science, and yeah, just put your head down to it, and you can get whatever you want, and probably have some chips and tacos and chili in the process. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. We have come to the end of the show. It was nice having Dr. Tobi Popoola on the show. If you want to keep having contents like this, please subscribe and leave comments and share it. Maybe it could help someone trying to do research in such areas. It was nice having you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I got beat you for back. I didn't joke.